In this video, we'll discuss how you can use UTM parameters to track performance in SugarMarket. Before we get started, let's review the topics we'll cover in this video. First, we'll make sure to define what a UTM parameter is, as well as the most common ones you'll come across. Then we'll quickly review why this topic is important to understand and how it can help you in your daily tasks. Next, we'll dive into a conversation on best practices when creating and maintaining UTM parameters. Finally, we'll see where you can implement UTM parameters in your SugarMarket account. Let's define what a UTM parameter is. UTM stands for Urchin Tracking Module, which is essentially a string of code that is added to a URL. The UTMs are the terms you can tag to your URLs so that you are able to track the effectiveness of your campaigns. When someone clicks on a URL with UTM parameters, those tags are sent back to you as analytics. A fun fact to note, back in 2005, Google acquired Urchin Software, hence the acronym, which resulted in the creation of Google Analytics. This is where UTMs are most commonly used, but they can be useful sources of information in other platforms as well, especially marketing automation. The image you see here is what a Google UTM URL should look like. The base URL is the page on your website that the user should be taken to, and the UTM parameters are the entire string of code including the question mark. The code includes the campaign name, source name, and medium of the ad. Let's take a closer look at the parameters that define a UTM. Everything that you see labeled with an asterisk is required in Google Analytics, and the rest are optional for users. The UTM source is the platform or vendor where the traffic originates. For example, the source could be a social media platform such as Facebook or even SugarMarket. The UTM medium can be used to identify the medium of the ad. For example, the medium could be a PPC ad, social media, affiliate or QR code, email campaign, and more. The UTM term is mainly used for tracking keywords in a paid ad campaign. This can also be used in display ad campaigns to identify aspects of your audience. The UTM content can be used to differentiate links that point to the same URL. And the UTM campaign is used to identify your campaign by name. For example, this could reference your website or a specific product or services promotion. Now that we have a better understanding of what a UTM parameter is, let's discuss why they are important. UTM parameters help you understand your marketing analytics, whether the results are positive or negative, which allows you to make better, more informed decisions. With UTMs, you can categorize your traffic to better understand where your visitors are coming from, differentiate between your email campaigns to determine which are most successful, have reliable data to generate actionable insights for the future, and UTM parameters provide an advanced tracking option that helps you keep on top of the marketing campaigns that drive the most traffic to your site. When a UTM tag is applied, it allows you to track referral traffic much more accurately. Without applying UTMs to your URL, you'll only track the general source of traffic instead of the specific campaign or post. Let's review some tips following best practice to help you use and set up UTMs effectively. First, you should create a naming convention for your UTMs and make sure to stick with it. On that same note, know which UTMs you are consistently using and what verbiage you want to use to track your marketing efforts. Also, consistently use only lowercase letters on your tags. Using lowercase letters prevents you from forgetting what you have capitalized and what you have not, which helps you keep your data consistent. The analytics will look for an exact value match. Be as descriptive as possible with each tag, but avoid being redundant. Remember that your UTMs are forward-facing, so make sure they are customer-friendly and avoid any inappropriate or confusing terms. Use a URL shortener and track your URLs in a spreadsheet. This will help make the URL look more presentable and cleaner. And finally, there are tools you can use to help generate your links. If you use a Chrome browser, a good one to use is the UTM.io Chrome extension. There are a few ways you can implement UTM parameters in SugarMarket. SugarMarket's email builder can build your links for you using the Google Analytics plugin. All you need to do is enable Google Analytics in your campaign settings, create your campaign segment under Setup Google Analytics, and enter your matching terms into the Google Analytics setup. I have linked the Google Analytics plugin overview in the description of this video for reference. Before you copy the UTM parameters to your email campaign, make sure you complete all the steps of setup in your Google Analytics account. For a high-level overview, please refer to the Setting Up Google Analytics guide linked in the description of this video. On step 1 of Email Builder setup, you can enable the Google Analytics plugin. Switch the toggle to On to enable Google Analytics. Then you'll need to populate the fields with the appropriate content from Google Analytics. For source, I'll add SugarMarket. For medium, I'll add email. For campaign content, which is optional, I'll add general request. Then for campaign name, I'll add general request NA leads, which is the name of this email campaign. After inserting the Google Analytics content, the UTM codes will be automatically appended to each link when anyone clicks a link in your campaign. You can also include UTM parameters in your forms, which will enable you to track your visitor traffic through tags added to your landing page's URL. It's important to note that the UTM parameters can only be tracked on a SugarMarket form that is hosted on a SugarMarket landing page. To begin using UTM parameters on a SugarMarket form, you'll first need to define the tags on your form and then add them to your SugarMarket landing page URL. On step 1 of Form Builder, you can select to enable URL parameters. On step 2, you will see the 5 parameters listed at the bottom of your form. Each parameter will be a hidden field and will not display externally on the form. You can click the pencil icon to edit each parameter, where you can change the default parameter names if desired and map to a database field. We recommend mapping each parameter to a database field since each field will hold a value that provides information on how the contact arrived at the page. The fields you select to map to are based on your preference, but should be consistent when enabling UTM parameters on each SugarMarket form. Then be sure to click Apply to save your changes. Once your form is published, you are ready to host on your landing page. You will need to manually construct the landing page's URL to use in your email campaigns or other sources. Just a reminder, forms with UTM parameters must be embedded in a SugarMarket landing page. The parameters will not work if you host the form on your own website. From the Page Builder Overflow menu, select View Published URL. Then click the View Page button. Manually append the URL parameters to the URL in the address bar using the following format, beginning with the question mark and separating each parameter with the and symbol. Copy the new URL to your system clipboard and then paste it into a SugarMarket email or another source. Any contact who visits the modified link will have the corresponding UTM parameters recorded on the form. The results of your form submissions are available on the Details panel in the Forms List view. To view results, select the form in the Forms List view, click on the Reports tab in the right-hand panel, and click the individual form results link to view the values returned. You should now have an understanding of what UTM parameters are, why they are important, some best practice tips, and where you can apply them within SugarMarket. Thanks for watching.